The Sacred Valley in Peru is one of the most underrated but breathtakingly beautiful places I have visited on Earth. There is so much culture, ancient Incan history, and so much to see in regards to the ingenuity of how the Incan people really made the land work for them so long ago. So sit back and enjoy as I take a full day and explore everything that the Sacred Valley has to offer. I started my journey in Ollantaytambo. Ollantaytambo is known as one of the larger cities throughout the Sacred Valley, which is why I chose to stay here for 2 nights. I stayed at the Andenes del Inca Hotel, which I booked through Expedia, and they had great service, and I would definitely recommend that anybody book with them if you want to stay in Ollantaytambo. They also had free breakfast included with your stay, but that definitely was helpful because it gave me fuel for all of the exploring ahead. Hello and good morning from beautiful Ollantaytambo here in Peru. I am very excited to be here in Ollantaytambo. It is known as a stopover city where a lot of people catch the train from here to Aguascalientes, which is the city where a lot of people go to visit Machu Picchu. However, here in Ollantaytambo, there is a lot of rich history, and I'm here today to do a tour of the Sacred Valley and see everything that Ollantaytambo and the valley has to offer. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm very excited to be here. I mean, with views like these, it's incredible. A lot of people stop over here and just explore for a couple hours, but I'm actually going to be here for a full day, and I don't leave until tomorrow. So I'm definitely looking forward to this journey to be able to explore. But from what I can see this morning, this city definitely should be a main attraction here in Peru. So come along with me and we can enjoy our tour of Ollantaytambo and the Sacred Valley together. I woke up a little earlier to get breakfast and explore a little bit of the hustle and bustle of Ollantaytambo before my tour started, but immediately my tour started at 8 a.m. and my tour guide and I were off to Parque Ollantaytambo. On our way, up. We did have a lot of walking to do, especially uphill and in the elevation. A lot of people talk about Cusco's elevation, but I would like to let you know that Ollantaytambo is still about 8,000 feet above sea level. So if you're not used to that, you do get winded quickly here as well. But Parque Ollantaytambo is basically a huge fortress that the Incans built, and this was in the 15th century. And even with all of the things that they built here, and you see those huge knobs were actually known to how they move the rocks around. But even though the Spanish did conquer some parts of this area, they still were able to maintain a lot of the famous architecture. So with that being said, you get to see a lot of the marvels of Ollantaytambo and the Incan culture and history by how they put together all of their temples, all of their religious sites, and all of their famous sites that we all know today. So it was a climb, but I did make it to the top, and this was my first site of 4 sites that we would visit throughout the Sacred Valley tour today. So a lot to see, but definitely a great start to a day of exploration. At the top, or as far up as I'm going. Very, very cool. Officially finished here at Ollantaytambo Ruins. Lot to see, definitely recommend for sure. And now we're heading to Pisac. So from here, it's about an hour and a half, a little over hour and a half journey to make it to the Pisac ruins. So excited to see that. But when you come to Ollantaytambo Ruins, there's a lot of stuff that you can look at before you leave. But on to the next place. After a good nap in the car, made it here to the Pisac Ruins. So excited to check out what is here at Pisac. So today the Sacred Valley tour, or Valle Sagrado in Spanish, basically gonna see a lot of ancient Incan architectural sites that are throughout, they call it the Sacred Valley, but throughout all the mountains here, the Andes Mountains here in Ollantaytambo and all throughout the area. So that's basically what we're doing today. So time for Pisac. Another day, another climb, going to the top. You're going to notice a theme of the Incan architecture as we move throughout the Sacred Valley. You can see that they're known for that stair-step architecture, and they're also known for fitting all of those rocks together very, very tightly. So very fascinating stuff. This climb was definitely a bit more challenging than the climb at Ollantaytambo Ruins earlier, but here at the top. So Pisac is known as yet another marvel of ancient Incan civilization, as you can see, and just imagine how far up you would be in the mountains in like the 15th century doing all of this architectural work. We got to see what was basically formations of houses, which was very cool to see how they lived in those times, and just to see the stair-step architecture from the top is something that honestly I will never get over. It was so amazing to me how they were able to put all this together. We have some friends. I'm keeping my distance, but there they are. That's as close as I'm willing to get, honestly, because they are wild, and you know, wild animals are unpredictable. But this is as good as it's gonna get for me. And that's it for Pisac. Now, time for lunch. Here in Pisac, not here in Pisac, but in the town, is where we are going to go for our lunch. Mint lemonade. Very refreshing. I've had a lot of different kinds of meat. Whale, shark, frog.
Frog?
Yeah, so I'm not necessarily scared of other meat. Alpaca meat. It's tender. After lunch, had some quick time here to explore the artisanal market here in Pisac. And now heading down to the next place, which I'm pretty sure is Uribamba, but if I'm wrong, I will correct myself when we get there. I did want to take some time to mention how I had been getting around Sacred Valley. I booked a private tour through a tour company, Cusco Local Friend, and my tour guide Samuel was born and raised in Peru. He was very knowledgeable about everything throughout the whole day, and I definitely enjoyed having a private tour experience through the Sacred Valley. As I suspected, I was wrong. We are here at the salt mines. This is our next stop, third official stop of the day. After another maybe hour drive from Pisac, we ended up at Salineras de Maras, and I was very excited to see the salt mines. And these are natural salt mines, which I thought was so cool. It was a windy day here, and you could actually kind of taste the salt in the air a little bit. But these are natural salt mines that have existed pre-Incan times. But now there's like over 3,000 pools, and basically different families own different pools, and they're passed down generation to generation. And they have workers, which, as you saw, the workers who maintain the pools and maintain getting the salt from them. So you can see from the natural river stream how everything flows and how the workers work on the salt mines. And this is something that is very, very highly regarded to be working for the families of the owners of the salt mines. And even as workers, their work is passed down from generation to generation. So this place has been around for quite some time, and honestly, it's really a marvel to see in person. So that's it for the salt mines, and we have one more stop to make. And of course, I bought some salt. sun is going down, so it's getting a little colder. But here at the last stop, the circular terraces of Moray. My tour guide left me to my own devices. Samuel left me to my own devices, but he said I should be able to follow the trail straight around. This is the main circular terrace, but there are 2 more. So 3 here at Moray in total. My tour guide Samuel mentioned that the first terrace that we saw was restored. However, this terrace and the 3rd terrace are in their original construction from Incan time. So this stair-step architecture that's supposed to bring, water down and get the crops and prepare food and do all of those sorts of things for the community. This was something that they had constructed themselves all of those years ago. So we can really thank a lot of Incan innovation for a lot of the ways that we do our agriculture, our food, our gardening to this day. Their contributions to society are seen right here in real time, still around here in the Sacred Valley of Peru. And that is it for my full day tour. Got to see a lot, got to see 4 major archaeological sites here in the Sacred Valley. Yes, I'm out of breath, but it's been a great day of exploring. But now it's time to head back to Ollantaytambo, where I will be staying for the night to finish out my time here in Ollantaytambo in the Sacred Valley. But as you can see, there's so much to see here, so much to do, so don't let people convince you that this is a place that you should just skip or just visit for a couple hours. This is something I would definitely recommend that you do for at least 1 day like I did, because if not, then you miss all this. See you back in Ollantaytambo. The one thing I loved about the Sacred Valley is all throughout your time, you never get used to those mountain views. Obviously, it's called the Sacred Valley for a reason. You're in a valley, even though you're at 8,000, 9,000 elevation, but the mountains surrounding you are just so gorgeous every time. It's breathtaking. And then when you get back to Ollantaytambo Square, after a day of being a tourist, you're met with all of this traffic, but that's okay. In the tuk-tuk. I am wrapping up my time here in Ollantaytambo. I definitely recommend it. Again, this is a place that a lot of people use. I'm here at the train station now. But this is a place that a lot of people use as a stopover point to get to Machu Picchu. But I definitely think that this is worth a trip on its own. Ollantaytambo in the Sacred Valley is so beautiful, so gorgeous. It has a lot of rich Incan history, and I definitely think that it's something that you definitely don't want to miss. So thanks for watching. See you next time.